Transformation, firstly, is a very emotional and sensitive topic. We've got individuals who over years have built their business, but in some cases now they've been told they need to sell. On the other side, you have an opportunity to embrace transformation in order to grow your business. How we've looked at a transformation is it's all about being fair. When I say being fair, what I'm talking about is when it comes to the actual sale of the business or the acquisition of the business, the purchase price. Is the purchase price a fair and market-related value itself? To this extent, we've introduced a formula to value service stations, and we have taken into account the pre-COVID valuations as well, so pre and post-COVID. And ultimately, the figure that we come up with is fair to both the buyer and the seller. The seller, years of blood, sweat, and tears, do they actually get or take out money which they believe is fair for them and their family? And then you have a buyer who is coming to us as Nedbank to obtain bank finance. The finance that they get from us, it needs to be financially viable, which means the business has to be around in 6 months. The business cannot fail. The business has to be sustainable. So what we've done is we've implemented a differentiated funding model in order to assist and lower the barriers of entry for businesses to acquire service stations in this particular example. That is extremely important because one of the key gaps that we've identified is the finance structures that are sometimes put in place do not lean towards businesses being successful, be it even as short as 6 months or 12 months. So the structures we put in place do address that. However, what I think is key to also understand is with transformation, it's about forming strategic partnerships with key industry stakeholders. We as Nedbank, we do the funding, but there's a lot of gaps when it comes to the actual daily operations of the business. The individuals that are looking to acquire a business itself. To this extent, we've gone into the market, we've scanned various companies, and we've actually aligned ourselves with a company called PetroConnect. And PetroConnect, what they do is they do the pre and post mentorship of the operator. So an individual that's looking to get into service stations, PetroConnect will go ahead and they will assess them, they take them through the whole training process, even as far as to allow them to fill a tank of fuel. At the end of this particular course, then have a qualification ceremony to see, do you pass? And if you pass, you then are put into a pool of pre-approved candidates. So for us to look at those particular individuals that have gone through an accreditation, it gives us a lot of comfort. But that's just one aspect. Part of our partnerships is we the bank, so we do the funding. You got PetroConnect that does the pre-post mentorship. They have admin and accounting packages that they can also use, which is important. Very important is the franchisor or the oil company. So what are they prepared to do? How would they assist and guide the individuals to own a service station? So in our assessment of the fuel sector, we've partnered with a few of the oil majors. And to that extent, they are willing to assist in facilitating the change of ownership for one. In some instances, they've extended the term of the agreements, which allows us to take more comfort in the fact that the loans do not need to be repaid over a period of 5 years. It's extended to maybe 7 years. Therefore, affordability is easier as well. The oil company is extremely important for us. PetroConnect, which closes that gap, and then you got us as Nedbank. So those are the key or the 3 key partnerships that we have in place to ensure that individuals, when they take over service stations, they are hopefully set up for success.